Hello everyone. Today I would like to talk about an important disease of cotton, and that disease is cotton leaf curl disease. And this disease is very severe on cotton crops, particularly in India, Pakistan and in China. This disease has become severe. So let's begin. Today's lecture contents are introduction. I will introduce about the disease, cotton leaf curl disease, and its causal agent and symptoms it shows on cotton plants, as well as historical significance. And then I will talk about genome and transmission, how many virus species are involved in cotton leaf curl disease, and what is the structure of nucleic acids, and then its vector, what are the vectors by which this virus is transmitted. And then I will talk about symptoms, what kind of symptoms this disease shows on the cotton leaves and other parts of cotton. And then I will talk about management, what are the strategies, integrated disease management strategies by which we control this cotton leaf curl disease. And finally I will show you some references, some research articles from where I have got information to prepare this lecture. So let's begin. Introduction. Cotton leaf curl. The leaves of cotton become curl. But these are not only the symptoms, other symptoms are also there. So cotton leaf curl disease is one of the major growing threats to cotton production. Till now it is still severe disease in Pakistan, India and China, as I have already told, and it is still major threat to cotton production. The word leaf curl was coined because the leaves of the cotton crop curl upward. So these are the typical symptoms, that the leaves become curl upward. But leaf curl also caused by other viruses like potato leaf roll virus in potatoes. So leaf curl is not only the symptom shown by cotton leaf curl disease, but other symptoms as well. We will talk about the symptoms in the symptom sections later. Cotton leaf curl disease is very severe disease. It caused epidemic in Nigeria in 1912, and it has severely infected cotton crops of Nigeria in 1912, and it caused a severe epidemic. And then the disease from Nigeria reached to Sudan in 1924, and it has infected cotton crop in Sudan. And then from Sudan, then it spread to cotton fields of northern Africa and Tanzania. And wherever cotton is grown in Africa, all the cottons are almost infected by this disease at that time. Then after 4 decades, it became epidemic. It appeared as epidemic in 1990 in Multan, Pakistan, and this disease has devastated cotton production in Pakistan. And then from there it spread to India, and then from India then it also spread to China, and you can say it is now present in almost all cotton growing countries of the world. And cotton leaf curl disease is a very complex disease, because complex in a sense because many plant viruses are involved, and but those viruses belong to genus Begomovirus and family Geminiviridae. In cotton leaf curl disease, the primary host and the major host is cotton, but cotton leaf curl disease also infect other host species like vegetables, like fruit crops, and like ornamentals. But cotton is the major host of this disease. And when we talk about the losses, as I have told you, this disease has appeared as epidemic in 1922 in Pakistan, and Pakistan has financial causes. Total financial losses to Pakistan were about $5 billion from 1992 to 1997. So to economy of Pakistan, it has devastated the cotton production in Pakistan, because cotton was the major export products in Pakistan at that time. So it has severe losses, financial losses to Pakistan occur at that time at about $5 billion. Then when we talk about worldwide, so depending on the situation, it reduced cotton yield by 15 to 70% worldwide, depending on the situation. When the environment becomes favorable for the disease and for the vector, then this disease become epidemic in some areas and become very severe in some areas. Still it is threatening the cotton production. So this was all about the introduction. Now we will talk about genome and transmission. So genome, as I have told you, the disease is not caused by a single virus. The disease is actually complex of Geminiviruses. What is meant by complex of Geminiviruses? Because the virus has different species, like the first virus which caused epidemic in Pakistan was cotton leaf curl Multan virus, and then it has then cotton leaf curl Cochrane virus, and then evolved cotton leaf curl Bangalore virus, and then cotton leaf curl Allahabad virus, and another virus infected Africa, cotton leaf curl Gezira virus, and then the same cotton leaf curl Multan virus reached to China and Philippines, and cotton leaf curl Multan virus has reached to China and Philippines. Then because the problem is this, due to recombination of these viruses, new viruses evolved, like this virus. Recently this virus has started to become more severe in Pakistan and India, both India and Pakistan, and this virus is cotton leaf curl Burewala virus. And this cotton leaf curl Burewala virus is actually the result of the recombination of these two viruses. Actually the result of recombination of these two viruses recombine. Their genes have exchanged and they recombine, and as a result this virus has evolved, and now this virus is threatening cotton production in Pakistan and India, and it is going to be severe. How these particles are recombined we will discuss later. Actually the recombination is exchange of genetic material between two related viruses during co-infection of host cell. It means, I will show here, it means suppose this is the parental virus 1 and this is the other parental virus 2. When they infect the cotton cell, like host cell, host is cotton, when they infect the host cell they replicate. Because these viruses are the segmented viruses, they have different particles inside. Suppose this has 2 different particles and this has 2 different particles. When they infect the host cell, they become replicate. And in this way the parental cell virus segment it also replicate. During the replication, what would happen? Then we have 4 chances. Number 1 chance, whether when they come out from the host cell, they come by their own genome or by this. So one part randomly assert here, or one part randomly assert here. So in this way, 4 different, two new recombination, two new progenies are found. These 2 new progenies are actually different segments from here and from here. So these are actually new virus species. So in this way, what I want to say, this cotton leaf coral borrelia virus is actually evolved because of the recombination of both these 2 viruses. During infection of cotton, the particles of these viruses have exchanged. As a result, this cotton leaf coral borrelia virus evolved. So now it has become serious and it is threatening the cotton production. So you have understood about the recombination by assortment. So in this way new viruses are evolved. So the cotton leaf coral disease is a very complex disease. It is caused by different species. So you have understood about different species of cotton leaf coral virus. Now cotton leaf coral viruses family is Geminiviridae, genus Begomovirus. And Begomoviruses are of 2 types, bipartite and monopartite. What is meaning of bipartite and monopartite? Bipartite mean it is actually 2 genetic components, simply 2 segments. Like 2 segments of what? In one virus is 2 segments. Like DNA A is 1 segment, DNA B is 1 segment. When a virus particle has 2 segments, or when a virus has 2 segments, then that is called bipartite. And then monopartite Begomovirus have just a single genomic component. And then along with single genomic component, sometimes satellite molecules are also present, and those satellite molecules are known as beta satellite and alpha satellites. So what are these? So bipartite consists of 2 genomic components, 2 DNAs, while monopartite has one single genomic component but have some satellite viruses. So monopartite and bipartite. And cotton leaf coral disease is caused by monopartite Begomovirus. Remember this, monopartite Begomovirus. What are these monopartite and bipartite? We will discuss in the next slide. And the cotton leaf coral disease is caused by monopartite Begomoviruses, and the virus, and as I have already shown you the slide of those viruses are single-stranded circular DNAs, genomes. Their genome is single-stranded circular, and which are encapsulated in geminate particles, twin icosahedral. So like this, if I will draw here, geminate in this way. So geminate means twin icosahedral. I have described icosahedral symmetry in my previous lectures. You can visit to playlist of videos and then you can watch the symmetry of virus. Virus symmetry is a different topic. Mathematical virology deals with the symmetry. So now we will talk about in more detail about the monopartite Begomovirus, because cotton leaf coral disease is caused by monopartite Begomoviruses. As cotton leaf coral disease is caused by monopartite Begomoviruses, So now we describe the genome of monopartite begomoviruses in detail in the next slide. So if you see the genome, and this is one genomic component, and it is just DNA, and then these small particles, these are satellites, alpha satellites and beta satellite. And this main DNA A, it is also called DNA A, and it has different ORFs here. So these ORFs has different function, and alpha satellites and beta satellites, they have also their function. So this is a monopartite structure. So what are the function of these ORFs in the main genomic component? So first, this CR is actually common region, and this is just non-coding intergenic region. It is non-coding, so it is not very highly high functions. It is just it has no any functions in the septum's development, but maybe other functions. And then this ORF is very important because it suppresses the plant defenses and also involved in the virus movement here, also involved in virus movement. And then this coat protein, you know what is the function of coat protein? It coats the nucleic acid. And then this ORF AC5 is actually involved in the replication of this component. And then this ORF REN is a replication enhancer protein, and this enhances the replication process. And then this ORF is transcriptional activator protein. It activates the transcription, and then this is replicase associated protein, and this protein, this ORF, is involved in the replications. Then this part AC4S is pathogenicity determinant and suppressor of RNA silencing. It actually suppresses the defense system of plants, and so the main genetic component is DNA A, so it is monopartite. But these satellites have also their own, they have also functions. But alpha satellite have no apparent effect or modulate, have no apparent effect. But now recently researchers say that alpha satellites are involved in the modulation of disease symptoms. And these are adenine-rich ORF, adenine-rich region. And this is replicase protein. It means that alpha satellites can replicate themselves, but beta satellites, they don't have any replicase region, so they depend on DNA A for their replication. But the genes in beta satellites are very important, like this gene BC1. It is actually determine the septum, what kind of septum should be on the cotton crop. BC1, this gene is involved in the septum's development, and this is the same adenine rich gene. And this region is satellite conserved region, and this beta satellite is conserved in almost all the viruses related to begomoviruses. So alpha satellite have no apparent effect, but recently scientists say they can modulate disease symptom. But the beta satellites are involved in the development of typical disease symptom. So monopartite genome, as cotton leaf curl disease is a monopartite, is caused by monopartite viruses. So monopartite mean they have single genomic component, and along with these small molecules, small like satellites. So this is a monopartite cotton leaf curl disease virus. And in biopartite you will find two components. You will find in biopartite you will find two components. One is DNA A and the second will be DNA B. You will never find satellites. In monopartite begomovirus you can find one genomic component, and in bipartite you can find two genomic component. So but cotton leaf color disease is monopartite, so I have just described the function of this ORF and as well as what is monopartite begomovirus. So this was all about the genome of monopartite begomovirus. Now we will move to next slide. In transmission, how these viruses are transmitted. These viruses are actually transmitted by the whiteflies, and they are not seed. Remember, they are not seed transmitted. They are not transmitted by seeds, but they are transmitted by the whiteflies. And this whitefly, among the whiteflies, Bemisia tabaci is the most efficient vector of the cotton leaf curl disease and belong to Hemiptera, Homoptera, and this is the. And how it transmission is circulative and persistent manner. It means that the virus goes into the Bemisia tabaci and it circulate and persistent. From acquisition to transmission takes much time, and but once acquired, it can remain in the vector and transmit it the whole, and vector Bemisia tabaci can transmit it for the whole lifetime. And remember, begomoviruses are not transovarially are transmitted. Transovarially mean they cannot pass through the eggs of the whiteflies, or they are not sexually transmitted and not they propagate. So remember this. They are not passing through the eggs of the whitefly, they are not transmitted through their sex, or they are not replicate inside the whiteflies. So these are their transmission strategies. Mechanical transmission has not been demonstrated for any member of cotton leaf color disease complex. So they are transmitted by the whiteflies. So remember that. But remember one thing, because there are numerous variants of whiteflies, and those variants are actually called the biotypes, and those biotypes, they differ in the feeding damage, insecticide resistance. Some are resistant to insecticide and some can transmit virus more efficiently. They can compete with each other. So because of the numerous variants of the whiteflies and because of the different species of the cotton leaf curl viruses, as I have shown in the previous slide, that's why this disease has become so severe, and it becomes very difficult to control, because whiteflies, Bemisia tabaci, not only not only feed on cotton, but it has number of hosts, number of other plants, and these viruses are also transmitted by grafting and by inoculation of plants using ballistic inoculation, particle bombardment, even by agro inoculation. So these viruses can also be transmitted. So this is a whitefly, the main vector of the cotton leaf curl disease, Bemisia tabaci. And now we talk about the symptoms. As you can see here, the leaves have curled upward and small leaves, like many leaves are here, just like many leaves have appeared, innations, what we can say, outgrowth innations. And as you can see that the veins have become thickened, ribs have become thickened. So curling up the leaves, curling up the leaf margin, upward, downward, crinkle appearance, and initiations. Leafy tissue developing by the initiations mean small leaves develop from the, I will show in the next slides, and the veins become thickened. So these are all symptoms of the cotton leaf color disease. As you can see here, this line is a symptomatic line infected by cotton leaf color disease, and this is a healthy line. And you can see the leaves have the veins, the ribs have become thickened, thickening of veins, and curling. Leaves have become curled, and leaf initiations. And look here, this is a leaf initiation, a small leaf. You can see leaf initiations. So leaf initiations, small leaf come out from the underside of the main leaf. So small leaf. So these are the symptoms of cotton leaf color disease. The other symptoms, look, this is here is clear. This is a new leaf emerged from the main leaf. So this is leaf initiation, and you can see curling and cupping of the leaves here. So these are all the symptoms of the cotton leaf color disease. And you can also see here small leaves here, small leaves, and these are actually initiations. These are called initiations. Maybe I can write here initiations, yeah, initiation. So these are the symptoms, and these leaves have become curled downward, curled downward, and this has become upward, curl upward. So these are all symptoms. So I have told you vein swelling and other things. So now we talk about the management. How can we manage this disease? We can, as you know, this disease is transmitted by the whitefly, so we need to control this whitefly by pesticide, but at certain threshold level. Like if you see 4 and 5 whitefly, then try to apply pesticides. And eradication of weeds should be eradicated because these are the alternate hosts of viruses. And then balance fertilizers like nitrogen and potassium fertilizers should be in a balanced ratio. Don't apply more nitrogen. And then you can apply biological agents like less wings to control the whiteflies. And then breeding of virus resistant cotton varieties. We should grow resistant varieties if possible. And then like we can also incorporate pathogen resistant genes or genes from non-pathogens and make the plant resistant against viruses. We can also use the genome editing approach by which we can make new varieties with more resistance. So these are all the management strategies. And finally, I would like to give references. To prepare this lecture, I have got many information from this article, and this is very good article written by Muhammad Zubair. I am very thankful to all of these authors who have written very good article, and I am also thankful to this review article. This is a very good explanatory review article by Mehboob Rahman, and this Mehboob Rahman and the authors have described recent information about the cotton leaf color disease, and I am very thankful to the authors of these articles. Finally, I would like to thank you, all of you who are watching this lecture, and thank you very much.